Hello everyone, and welcome to the Week in Review, where we recap the previous week and anything extra. This was a decent week. I want to say welcome to everyone for this Week in Review. We are committed to 2023 for being consistent, doing well with the uploads, and in the morning video, we did a Gashapon video. If you want to check it out, you can see the morning video, because I never put the Sundays in the recap. So, yeah, thank you to everyone who just joined, and I am very excited to actually get started here, and hope everyone's going to have a wonderful Sunday, and maybe this coming week's going to be pretty exciting. We'll get into why at the end of this Week in Review. All the stuff will be relevant for news and all that stuff. So, let's just get done with the recap that's over there. So, with Monday was the best of 2022, where we tried to get the best TT and the best Hasbro. Tuesday was the worst of 2022, where, again, you know, best of Hasbro, worst of Hasbro, all that stuff. We then after tried to do an Awakening on the Brave Valkyrie Pro Series. That was actually pretty fun to do, actually. Thursday we did Rage versus Brave. Friday, while Hollow Death Scyther, crazy combination. And actually, this was a really shaky combination that we did. That was awesome. Saturday, we tried to do a marathon with QUADSTRIKE, so no one says I didn't try, even for the casuals, to try to do a fun video, trying to see if it could do anything. And we did ZANKYE, finally. Our first interview was with Cypress, more of an interview kind of podcast style that we did. All things considered, I think that went very well. Very well indeed. Okay, that's a funny freeze frame. Nice. Okay, next time I'll try to cut it a little bit better. Shout out to the previous channel members and the current ones now. We greatly appreciate any support. Memberships just help, especially with how YouTube is for how much they pay their creators, especially in January. So I do appreciate a lot of the support. And moving on from there, we got some other stuff to talk about here, which is going to be the other channels. All right, see, the other competitive testing channel, I tried to do some stuff because eventually I got to do that Chozy tier list. We got some stuff there. We got some BDR and GT, ZANKYE 2. We're going to have that until new Bottleman stuff comes. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, hey, check it out. Moving on from there, comments of the week. So this one was pretty fun. So we did a short, which was on the 4 Pandoras, and I said, you know, which one's your favorite? There's like some normal ones, but I thought what was really funny was that most of the comments were just saying none of them. Okay, a little bit based, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit based here. Some were actually for valid reasons. I just thought it was really funny that it was like in a mutual agreement, like, nah, not really any of them. But it is exciting. Now, for to be determined releases, which is on the big topic for 2023, what is remaining that we know so far? Obviously, there's probably a few more. There's the Lucius, which we still don't know if they're doing or not doing. We know there is Hyperion, which is supposed to be a normal starter release, but I almost died inside. But Chain Dragon, what appears to look like a Nidhogg, could be just a recolor of Nidhogg, or maybe Kerbeus. I have literally no idea. There's also, what is it, Comet Basilisk and Lightning Poseidon. I don't remember if we figured out if that was left or right for the green one, the bottom left one. I can't remember. Either way, it's either one or it's the other. But to be determined. I do suspect that the 2 on the left and the 2 on the right are most likely going to be shoved in the big battle set. Which, whoa, big battle set. What are you talking about? Well, that's where the next topic comes on the pricing, which we managed to actually find. Obviously, this is a generic title, but the full set. Could this be the stadium that we were reporting on that we now have a price for, which is supposed to be, obviously this varies on retails, but 109 Canadian. I think that was as much as like the Slayer sets previously. You can maybe look at like, what, 84.99 maybe USD, somewhere around that ballpark?
No. Cheaper.
Cheaper?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yep, 66.99.
Maybe 66.99?
To 70 something.
Yeah.
US.
So that's what we're going with. Either way, it's going to be a little bit pricey. This kind of makes sense because on the stadium, but You know, like I'm always going to say with these big sets, even if the stadium, like, let's just say the stadium's like 10 out of 10, whatever. I never recommend it like that. I always say just wait till they go on discount, because I'm always right. Because if you look at the Motor Strike, you look at any big Beyblade set, everyone gets them on discounts. Because Walmart can't sell it, Target can't sell it, Toys R Us definitely cannot sell it. That's a different time to talk about Toys R Us, but... yeah, I suspect this could, if it's, now, I have two predictions. Either it's going to be multiple bays for the price tag like that, or it is really just 2 bays, but...
It's got lights.
It's got lights, so that's why I'm thinking maybe just 2 bays. But, you know, in the chat, you can, you know, debate whether or not it's maybe 2 bays or multiple bays.
Who are the bays?
Now, it might be the ones we just saw, maybe. I think it's going to be some main bay. It's got to be some bay that's a main bay. Could be, not Hyperion, obviously, because Hyperion's in a starter, but maybe one of those 4. I would hope that, you know, overall it's at least interesting for fun. That's the most I'm asking for. Now, I got some intel from the Beyblade Scene Investigation. You may or may not see some reviews this week, potentially, of maybe one of these 5 items, 5 including the stadium. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got a simple question for you. Which out of the 5 that includes the stadium do you want to see us review first? Is it Mirage, the QUADSTRIKE launcher?
From left to right on the screen.
Yeah, from on the screen there. Mirage, the launcher, Bolt Spryzen, Whirl Knight.
Wings.
Yeah, Whirl, Spryzen. You let me know. You let me know which one's first. I'm saying Mirage. I think Mirage makes the most amount of sense, because of the fact that we usually do testings for the QS stuff, so that way I back up what I say. I am suspecting most will just say Mirage, which I'm okay with, since Mirage will probably have the most nice things to say.
Mirage.
Very likely the most... okay, yeah.
What about on the QUADSTRIKE?
Okay. How about this? Okay, that's pretty valid. Okay. Okay. Now for QUADSTRIKE only. All right, this is important for the chat. Okay, how about this? Between the QUADSTRIKE only of the 2 separate starters, the stadium and the launcher, which out of the 4? That's a little bit easier. Okay, that's a little bit easier. Hell yeah, do not steal, because we have to put that there, because every time I don't put it there, someone steals the footage or steals the images, no credit. And, yeah. Okay, but, yeah, I should have asked the QUADSTRIKE. Okay, yeah, I think Bolt Spryzen. I think everyone's going to probably say Bolt. Or the actually, you know what? The stadium is pretty fair, too. The thing is, I don't know what batteries the stadium takes, so I'm hoping that, I'm very curious on the stadium, too. Now, here's a fair question. For whatever reason, because the person who actually gave us the bays, you might know from a friend of the channel, Rashad Goodman, really helped out during QUADSTRIKE. I think now we're dealing with Quadra and Pax who are helping out. But for the video, because it's really just the stadium, and we've done this before where like I've had to do 2 reviews of the same thing, but more in context. So if you remember in the Interstellar drop, we did it at Toys R Us. We did a look at the sample, but then after when we finally got the actual set,
So
we did in depth. So we gotta do like twice. So for the stadium, here's what my idea is. And you let me know if you say yes or no. For the stadium, because there are no bays with it, I was thinking, other than just giving an overview of the stadium, which would be like, what, 4 minutes? What do you say to maybe a full QUADSTRIKE marathon in that video, and we'll do TT bays in a second video? I think that sounds pretty, like, fair or no fair? Because obviously, I don't have whatever bays are supposed to be there, because, you know, Rashad had to deal with, like, Quadra and Pax, and it's like, you know, it's like this dealing just to get here, so... You know, we had to go through a little bit of hoops and hurdles here. But I think most will probably say the stadium, which is good for me, because that means I can do Mirage, the stadium, then the other stuff. I want to be honest, I think the launcher is probably going to be last, because... Is there anything new about... No, there's nothing new about... They put a sticker, that's it, they put a sticker. At least, like... You know, at least Whirl... Actually, if we're going to be fair here right now, if we're going to try to play both sides right here, you know, devil's advocate, I think probably nothing for Burst, but Whirl Knight has at least some redeemable aspects to it.
In the fall.
Oh, when the stadium's supposed to come out? It says fall, but in reality...
August 1st.
Probably August, summertime. I also have to say this because I don't mind the questions. It gets a little bit tiresome because I always have to say this, that with Hasbro stuff, anytime you see a release date, it's never true, because they either do it way further or sooner. It's never one or the other. They never follow a release date. Okay, they rarely follow. The last time they followed a release date was like on Amazon dates, and even then they didn't follow. Like the Pro Series New Wave stuff, which is Brave, Rage, Lucifer. They only had Brave and Lucifer, or excuse me, Lucius. And you know what the issue was? It was they took it off. You can't do an order right now. We had affiliate links. Also you can do an order. So I don't know what's going on with the distribution. There shouldn't be really any issues. We've talked about this before, but a lot of it's like Hasbro holding on it. Now, there is a big thing I want to talk about here, because this is very relevant. I've seen some alleged episode title dates for QUADSTRIKE. I cannot verify, so I'm not going to see it. Allegedly, it's supposed to be January. That's very... so alleged that don't even... I don't think so. I think it was a fake. I think someone tried to like do like that inspect element on like episode titles. Unless someone can like prove on like some TV guide there's episode titles, I don't believe it. I'm also wondering because I don't even, would they do it on TV or would they just put it on YouTube?
YouTube.
I feel like it'd be on YouTube.
Costs too much money.
Yeah, to get on the network. I mean, they could. Obviously they could, but I don't know. To me, it makes a lot of sense. Maybe just, but they never said if it was going to be web. I don't know. It could be either, but. From what I understand, regardless, like, by the time you get to that, if regardless, January or March, because March is being most likely because that's the soonest as possible, like, for the Blades, it's going to be very tough for them for the advertisement because most of the things we would have already reviewed by then. It's true, because we keep on reviewing the stuff. Because by the time we get to, like, the animation, we're probably already reviewed all of QUADSTRIKE. Listen, I gotta apologize to the people at the Hasbro studio. Guys, I'm sorry. Guys, what are you going to be dressed as? Listen, we're on top of it. We're on top of it. But a very important thing to leave off with, it's going to be kind of rest of 2023. Because I want to leave off with that before we kind of wrap up here. So, in just general for 2023 stuff, obviously we're covering the Hasbro stuff. But the thing is for releases is that January, we're covered right now, because we have this. February, okay, I don't know what...
Toy fair.
There's the Toy Fair?
No.
No.
September.
Okay. February, well, there should have been. February, we're hoping to probably cover some other stuff. I think maybe we might be able to cover that fourth Pandora, maybe near the end of the month. Maybe. But this is important because I'm talking about leading to March because essentially, like everyone, we're waiting on March 21st. So I am hoping that we have a decent gap filled on that wait time. Like it's literally Hasbro's ballpark right now. Just
imagine if it's February 21st.
For what?
For that.
For what? That we
to find new things.
To find no. But I think we'll end off as per usual. I'll do a Q&A. We'll answer maybe 2, 3, 4 questions. I don't know. We have.
Storm Nguyen.
If you met the series creator, composition, screenwriter for Burst, Hideki, I can't pronounce the full name. I'm sorry. What question do you want to ask him? Okay. Well, I think they commented this before, so I'm gonna answer it. What question I would ask? I don't know. That's actually a pretty good question. Maybe when developing the story, how does it work with Hasbro putting their input on what they want to see, and how does that work into the writing? I guess that'd be maybe my question. It's pretty demo. Hasbro put a TT's logo on Sparky. Yeah, the thing is, it's a tactic. It's a tactic. Like I've literally said, it's. They do Transformers too, but if you remember, I did a video of Brave versus Rage, and while it is true that Brave could potentially already chip against Rage, it was really fast. So whenever I say, like, don't be fooled, that's what I mean. We're going to do 2 more questions, and then after we're going to wrap it up here. I don't know if we have any more questions. If we don't have any more questions, I think that's pretty good for the week in review. I don't see anything. Okay, we got nothing else. All right, well, I'll just wrap up with saying the plans for the rest of the month here. So in terms of the channel, you can expect ZANKYE to eventually see Bottleman stuff maybe past the middle of January, hopefully. For anything else for the main channel, I'm actually... Okay, this is important. Okay, stay for this. Okay, after this, I'm going to do a community tab post because we have essentially nothing. I will be taking any ideas or suggestions within reason for me to do. Could be, if it's fun and creative, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a post after this live stream, so feel free to dump your ideas because, listen, if I didn't do it before, I got no excuse now unless it's something we already did. So, I will leave it to all of you to put those comment requests. Someone asked, do I think that Mirage will have softer or harder rubber? I would say, that's actually a good question. What would you say, softer or harder rubber?
In between.
I think probably just the same. I think probably the same. Because Brave was the same and Lucifer was the same. So I'm going by that. Have you gotten bored of Beyblade? No. You want to know why? Because we've been doing this for over 10 years. If I would have got bored a long time ago. What will new Beyblades for the future of Hasbro be? I don't know. We're going to find out later on. End of the month, January 31st, Bay History. That's what it is. I think I already mentioned this, but if I didn't already, Bay History, what's it on? Well, if you saw the community tab post, you would already see what emotes it is. I'm doing the symbol right now. You can maybe guess. Anyways, community tab post after this. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic Sunday. You'll probably see some more shorts, by the way. We're going to try to experiment with that. And thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Stay safe and bye.